Hey guys, PcPops here. I'm going to do a little tutorial for you to show you how to add a research lab to a Darkness Falls nitrogen map. Alright, so let's get started here. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to bring up your nitrogen and you're going to create a map. Now you're going to choose the size. You can go from 4K to 16K. I've made one of every size. They all work. It does take quite a while for a 16K map to generate. You're going to name your map. You're going to pick all of your settings, okay, and from what I understand on these here, you can choose from just one, none, very few, all the way up to lots. And from what I understand, if you have a lot of lots choices, that it can be very resource intensive. So you may want to go with many if your computer is not, super beastly, we'll say. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to choose from your prefab list. You want Alpha 19 vanilla. You can get this as well on the Alpha 18 version, but we're doing Alpha 19 now, so this will work for Alpha 19 vanilla, 7 Days to Die, and also War 3 Zuck. If you have Darkness Falls, you have to add Darkness Falls zones in order for this to work. If you don't have Darkness Falls, you want it to turn off because none of these buildings will work unless you have the mod installed. Okay. Once you have generated your map and everything is finished running, you're going to go to your output folder. The output folder is going to show you maps that you've made. The one that we're using on the current video thread that I'm working on, no theme, one death. I only have one video out right now, and I know that it needs a little work to be better, but this is the map that we are using. So we're going to go in here and we're going to take a little preview. I'm going to show you what that map looks like. This is the map that I am playing on. Every one of these little squares is a POI. Okay, this with nitrogen, it really delivers. If you want to have an entire map covered out like one giant city, you can do that. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to add a research lab to this nitrogen map. So we're going to come out of here and we're going to go to Steam. Once you have the Darkness Falls mod added into your file, you just go to Browse Local Files, and what that will do, you go to Data and then Worlds. Once you install Darkness Falls, it's going to automatically install all of these maps for Darkness Falls, the pre-made Darkness Falls maps. The Darkness Falls Medium 1 map contains a research lab. I'm sure that other maps do too, but this one I know for sure does. So you're going to go into this file, you're going to go into Prefabs, you're going to click Edit, you're going to click Find on this page, you're going to type in the word Lab, and you're going to click Next until you see a Research Lab. You don't want one that says Research Lab, you want one that says Research Lab. Then you're going to highlight those words between the quotations. This is what you need. Copy them. Now you're going to back out, and you're going to go back to your nitrogen map that you've generated. In this case, Darkness Falls Alpha 19 6K map. We're going to right click on prefabs and we're going to click Edit. This brings up a list of every prefab in the game. Now it doesn't matter which one you pick, really. You can pick any building you want. As you can see, I've already added a couple of research labs into this map. And all you have to do, you pick any building you want, you highlight it, and you paste Research Lab right over top. Or you can also delete it, or highlight it, backspace, and then paste in. Now what this will do is when you load this map, it will place a Research Lab into the map so that you're able to find the Laser Workbench, which you need in order to be able to get the in-game the full in-game experience for Darkness Falls. Okay, we're gonna put it that way. Okay, so once you have, and you can do this as many times you want to, as many buildings as you want. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Obviously, the more POIs that you copy or paste or whatever, the more boring it's going to be. You want all of this mess, So that's your world, So don't change too many. I would suggest, however, using a skyscraper or Hotel Ostrich, something like that, one of the bigger buildings for your research lab. because when it spawns, that way it won't be cut or destroyed. It won't, you're going to have the full POI loading into that area. Now I'm going to explain to you here. You notice that each of the buildings has 3 positions. Okay, the first position is east-west, the second one is elevation, and the third one is north-south. If I'm wrong about that, somebody feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure this is correct. Now, the first number, like I said, is east-west. If it's positive, it's east. If it's negative, it's west. The second number is elevation. Now, the research lab is almost always going to be towering up in the landscape. You could probably drop this down at least 20 spaces, and it will still be up kind of high. You just have to block up to the top, and then you can find the entrance and head on down. The third number is north-south, and if it is positive number, it is north, and if it is negative number, it is south. Okay, now once you've pasted the research lab into this file, into your nitrogen map file, you're going to close, save, and then you're going to go back up so that that is a choice. You can see your output file with the map name in it. Then we're going to go back into Steam. We're going to right click, go to Manage, Browse Local Files. Okay, so here we have our 7 Days to Die folder for Steam, and we have our nitrogen maps over here. We are going to go back into Data and Worlds. Then all you have to do is simply drag and drop or copy and paste into your world file. Then you can go into Darkness Falls and start a new game with that map. Now, if you add a research lab to an existing map, it is not going to work. Okay, you're going to have to start a new game with that map that contains the research lab in order for it to load. Okay, I cannot stress that enough to you. If you don't do that, the research lab will not be there. You have to start a fresh game for it to load. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm just going to give you a little video proof. I did record a little video on the map that I am talking about, the map that I'm actually using right now. I did record a video. Okay, so when I switched over, it stopped recording, so I'll try and tie these two together here just to show you. Here is the research lab on that map. Okay, right there in front of me. So you see that giant block of dirt. You can see there's an army tent on top. And if you get to the top of that, you'll be able to locate the entrance into the research lab for Darkness Falls. That's just to show you that it does work. Okay? And that's all for now. That's my little hint and tip on how to make Darkness Falls completely playable. You can also add the army bunker and the destroyed trader in the same way to your existing nitrogen maps. And they will work and load just like everything else. I hope this helps, and I hope that solves a question that I've heard many people bring up, and hope to see you in the comments and on my views. Thank you for watching and supporting. It means a lot.